story of Ulf and Siggie, twin children who live in the faraway country of Austria, in Europe. They've started school and were given their first homework assignment. They have to learn as much as they can about the United States of America. That's where you live.
Luckily, Ulf and Siggie know about the library, where they found a book about the United States of America.
So, Ulf, check this out. It's a book that teaches you about all of the states in the United States. It teaches you about big, important cities in each state called capitals.
I know, Siggie. I'm actually smarter than you think I am, and I can read.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're welcome to it. Anyway, the cool thing about this book is that there are friends in the book who will take us on a journey through different parts of the United States.
Yes, it's true. There's Willie, who lives in the West, and there's Susie, who lives in the South.
Yeah, and there's Normie from the North, and Mickey from the Midwest.
And finally, Ellie from the East.
Ulf and Siggie were so excited to learn about the United States that they decided to go to visit their American relatives, Auntie Ellen and Uncle Ken.
Ulf and Siggie traveled all the way across the Atlantic Ocean from Europe to the United States.
We are Auntie Ellen
And Uncle Ken.
and we're Ulf and Siggie's American hosts. We'll be taking care of Ulf and Siggie while they're here, as well as disciplining them when they need it.
So let's join Ulf and Siggie as they join their new friends from the book and learn all about the United States. Hi, Ulf. Hi, Siggie. Welcome to the United States.
Thank you.
So how can we help you?
Well, our teacher said that we have to write poems about the United States and each individual state.
That sounds like fun. We'll tell you all about the people and the towns.
Don't forget the crops, mountains, rivers, products, state birds, flowers.
And all sorts of interesting facts. And the coolest thing of all, we're going to introduce you to a friend of ours in each state. And that friend has the same name as the capital of that state. Like my friend Austin in Texas.
Or my friend Helena in Montana. I have a great idea for the first poem.
Yeah, what is it?
And here is Ulf's introductory poem. Exploring Ellie and Wandering Willie travel to places both warm and chilly. For Normie and Susie, there's water and sand, while Meandering Mickey tours the heartland. The 5 boys and girls visit friends and mates, named after the capital of each of the states.
All right. And how many states are in the United States?
There's 50.
Well, Ulf, I hope that you brought a warm jacket. We're heading through the northern United States now, and it's getting to be a cold time of year. Since in the last show we finished up in the Northwest Pacific states, we just have to continue east from Idaho over to the northern Plains states.
That's right, Siggie. And today, Nosy Normie is our tour guide. He's from the northern United States. He knows all about it. We get to see the Great Plains and the Great Lakes.
Nosy Normie? What happened to Wandering Willie? It turned out that he was single.
He doesn't live here, Siggie. Anyway, here's the introductory poem to the northern states for our class project.
Nosing into the north with Normie. Normie has friends in the northern Plains states, and Wisconsin and Michigan south of the lakes. The Dakotas, Minnesota, and Canada nearby will bring a joyous tear to young Normie's eye.
Well, he certainly is different than Willie. He's very sensitive and very deep. Sure, Willie is confident and good-looking, but come to think of it, he seems kind of cocky and shallow. I don't know why I didn't pick up on this before. I guess I just got kind of caught up in his fame and worldliness. But Normie is so different. I wonder if he's single.
Oh boy, here we go again. Oh, hello, Normie.
Hi, Ulf and Siggie. I hope you enjoy touring the northern United States with me. For you guys and anyone else in the TV audience that knows about the eastern and western coasts, the northern states are a little different. These states are North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And they're not next to any oceans like many of the other states we've already visited.
Like the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean.
Shush, Ulf, Normie's talking. You were saying?
Oh, that's okay, Siggie. You're right, Ulf. those two oceans do border the eastern and western United States. But the northern states border our neighbors in the great country of Canada.
Yeah, we heard about Canada on the last show from Willie, who told us that the state of Alaska also borders Canada, far to the northwest.
I thought we weren't interrupting.
Shush.
Anyway, we don't have any oceans up here, but we do have the 5 Great Lakes, which sometimes look almost as big as oceans. The Great Lakes region is where Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan are found. And as you mentioned, Ulf, North and South Dakota are the 2 northernmost states of the Great Plains.
That sounds great. Why don't we replace the talking with a little bit of action? Let's go!
Okay, follow me. Okay, so the first state we'll be visiting is North Dakota, way up along the Canadian border. My friend Bismarck will be greeting us there. Aha, there he is. Hi, Bismarck. I love this guy. He's always in such a good mood. Hi, Nosy Normie. Just Normie will do, Bismarck. Nosy's an old family nickname that I'm trying to drop.
I like your nose, Normie.
Thanks, Siggie. No problem, Normie. Nosy's officially dropped. So, 2 new friends of mine, Ulf and Siggie, are interested in learning about the United States for a project they're doing for school. I'm taking them on a trip to the northern states. Could you let them know a little bit about North Dakota? Sure, Normie. Let's see. I love going to the far southwestern part of the state where the Badlands are. It's kind of challenging to walk around those parts. I also like to visit some of our more well-known cities along the eastern border like Grand Forks and Fargo.
Oh, and the capital of Bismarck, just like your name, Bismarck.
Yep. We love the Red River Valley in the east, and we're known for growing crops like wheat, sugar beets, barley, and corn. Well, I take it it's a little hard to go hungry with all of that growing up there, huh? You betcha. Oh, we've also got lots of pretty sunflowers growing. Oh, by the way, our state bird is the western meadowlark, our state tree is the American elm, and let's see, our state flower is the wild prairie rose. Very nice. Hey, by the way, why is North Dakota called the Rough Rider state? Well, Normie, Rough Riders were some cowboys, and some of them were from North Dakota.
Would you pick a wild prairie rose for me, Normie? Or maybe a sunflower?
Oh, jeez.
Sure. If Bismarck will point me out in the direction of where they're growing, I can do that. You want one too, Ulf?
No thanks, Normie. Hey, I just thought of a really cool poem.
Ulf's poem about North Dakota. In the Red River Valley, Bismarck grows his wheat. There are sugar beets and barley, and lots of corn to eat. In Fargo and Grand Forks, he stays for quite a while before he tours the Badlands with his big, happy smile.
Good poem, Ulf. Hey, where are my flowers?
I think Normie was just being polite, Siggie. He seems to want to spend some quality time with Bismarck, and I don't get the impression that picking flowers is high on his list of priorities.
Yeah, but these flowers are for me, Ulf.
Siggie, have you ever seen the size of a sunflower? They're huge, way too big to pick.
Ulf, you're a real balloon buster, you know that?
Anyway, the next state that Normie will be taking us to is South Dakota. Isn't that right, Normie?
Bye, Bismarck. Yes, Ulf, South Dakota's next. My friend Pierre will be taking us on a tour there.
Hello, Ulf, Siggie, and hello, my old friend Norman.
Normie is fine, Pierre.
Okay, Normie then. Welcome to the Mount Rushmore state. We're famous for lots of great things. We've got beautiful Lake Oahe and nearby towns of Aberdeen and Pierre, the capital. We also have the towns of Watertown and Sioux Falls in the eastern part of the state. And we have the Black Hills in the west. By the way, they're not really black, they just look that way from a distance. They're home to many wonderful national parks, including the incredible Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I've heard of that. It's a mountain with 4 very famous presidents carved right in its side.
Yep, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt.
And not only is South Dakota beautiful, we also have lots of important products. We raise cattle and hogs, we grow soybeans, corn, and wheat. And we've got lumber. Hey, Normie, do you know our state bird and tree?
Yep, I sure do. The state bird is the ring-necked pheasant, and the state tree is the white spruce.
Hey, I've got a good poem.
Siggie's poem about South Dakota. Pierre wanders through the Black Hills in the west. Then he travels eastward, continuing his quest. Sioux Falls, Rapid City, Watertown, and Aberdeen are just a few of South Dakota's places that he's seen.
Good poem, Siggie. South Dakota was really neat. I liked all the cool town names. Nice job.
Yeah, I know. So, Normie, what state is next on our list?
Well, next is Minnesota, Ulf and Siggie. It's a state that has the Mississippi River and Lake Superior on the eastern border. And speaking of water, there are so many lakes in Minnesota that its state name is the Land of 10,000 Lakes.
Who are we going to be meeting there?
Actually, we're meeting two of my friends. They're brother and sister. There's Minneapolis, or Minnie for short. She's named after one of Minnesota's biggest cities. And there's her twin brother, Paul, who is named after the capital city of Minnesota, St. Paul. In fact, Minneapolis and St. Paul are known as the Twin Cities.
Wow, St. Paul. Sounds like a nice guy.
Well, I don't think Minnie would exactly call Paul a saint. They don't exactly get along very well.
Sounds like a typical brother.
Siggie!
Now, Siggie, be nice.
Fine.
Oh, here they are now. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Normie.
Hey, Noseman! Just Normie will be fine, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. He's been like this all day, Normie.
Have not.
Yes, you have.
Have not.
Have so.
Have not.
Yes, you have.
Okay. So guys, why don't you tell us a little bit about Minnesota?
Well, we have a lot of great towns, such as...
Duluth, Albert Lee.
Hey, stop interrupting.
What kind of crops do you guys grow in Minnesota? What kind of livestock?
Wheat,
Corn,
cattle,
dairy,
hogs,
soybeans.
turkeys.
I'll tell you who's the turkey here.
Stop!
Why don't we ask you guys one at a time? Paul, can you tell us the state bird and tree of Minnesota?
Why, yes, Normie. The state bird is the common loon, and the state tree is the red pine.
Minnie, can you tell us what the highest point of land is?
Well, as you know, Minnesota is a very flat state, but the highest point is called...
Oh, Eagle Mountain. I love that place.
It was my turn. I wanted to say it.
Maybe we should get going. What's your favorite thing in Minnesota?
The Mall of America.
Oh, good answer.
Ulf's poem about Minnesota. Minnie was Paul's sister, the twin that he would miff. The two were always fighting, in the middle of a tiff. Up on Eagle Mountain, he'd taunt her endlessly and irk her from Duluth, all the way to Albert Lee.
Not bad, Ulf.
Thanks, Siggie.
Though I could have done better.
Siggie, that's not very nice.
Yeah, sorry, Ulf. Anyway, I'm practicing to become a TV news anchor. How's this? The next state that we're going to is Wisconsin, right to the east of Minnesota. Nosy Normie is on site to tell us about Wisconsin. Over to you, Normie.
Very good, Siggie. Anyway, Wisconsin's a very cool state. It's bordered by three important bodies of water: Lake Superior to the north, Lake Michigan to the east, and the Mississippi River to the west. In fact, Wisconsin and Minnesota both make up the northern Mississippi Valley. Oh, here's my friend Madison to tell us more. Hi, Madison.
Hi, Norm.
Please, just call me Normie.
Oh, sorry, Normie. Well, I'm glad you got your sweater on. It's starting to get mighty cold up here in the north.
Yeah, it is. And look at all that yummy-looking food you have.
Well, these are some of the foods that we grow or make in Wisconsin. I've been out shopping in Oshkosh.
What else do you guys produce in Wisconsin?
Well, one of our most important products is paper. And we also raise cattle and hogs like many other states do. And speaking of animals, we're called the Badger State. Guess why? Because of all the badgers that we have here.
Yeah, and I've seen lots of sugar maple trees. Is that your state tree?
Yes, it is, just like a few other states. And our state bird is the robin.
Cool. Well, thanks, Madison, and have fun on your travels.
Oh, you too, Normie.
Oh, that food is making me really hungry, especially the cheese.
Yes, I love cheese. Unfortunately, I'm also very lactose intolerant.
Far too much information, Ulf. Anyway, here's my Wisconsin poem.
Siggie's poem about Wisconsin. Madison, from Wisconsin, lives out near Green Bay. She travels into Oshkosh day after day. She takes some fancy cheese and cranberries and corn up toward Lake Superior, where she had been born.
I can't believe it's already time to visit the last state in the north.
Yeah, you're right, Wolf. We're visiting Michigan. And I hear there's going to be a lot of good food, just like in Wisconsin.
You're right, Siggie. And also like Wisconsin, Michigan is bordered by several of the Great Lakes. It's even known as the Great Lakes State. Its capital is Lansing. And my good friend Lansing, or Lance for short, is going to show us around. Hi, Lance.
Normie, what's up?
Finally, someone who says my name right. So far I've heard Norman, Norm, Nosy Normie, and even Norm the Man. So are you doing your usual traveling all over Michigan?
Yes, I am. I've been all over the state to towns like Flint and Grand Rapids and Ann Arbor, picking yummy apples and blueberries and corn, which are all from Michigan. I've also been down to Detroit, one of the world's biggest automobile-making cities.
Awesome, checking out all the new cars, huh? Hey, on the map it looks like Michigan is 2 states. What's with that?
Well, there are 2 main parts of Michigan, Upper Michigan and Lower Michigan. They're separated by a body of water known as a strait that connects Lake Michigan with Lake Huron. The southern, bigger peninsula, many people say, looks just like a giant mitten.
It sure does, doesn't it? Speaking of mittens, it's starting to get cold. My friends Ulf and Siggie are doing a report about the United States of America. Can you tell them any other facts about Michigan?
Sure, we raise cattle and hogs. I'm sure you've heard that before, haha. And we also have the very important product of soybeans. Our state bird is the robin, just like Wisconsin. And our state tree is the eastern white pine, just like Maine.
Thanks again, Lance. See you later.
I have a great poem for Michigan.
Go for it, Ulf.
Lansing picks blueberries down in Kalamazoo, then apples in Flint and Grand Rapids too. He buys cars in Detroit, husks corn in Ann Arbor, and strolls by the waters right off from Copper Harbor.
What is the capital of Michigan?
Lansing.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed nosing through the northern United States with me. Good luck on your school project.
Thanks, Normie. Well, I guess it's time for us to move along. Hey, it's St. Paul.
Hi, guys. I need your help really bad. Minneapolis is really upset with me, and I feel kind of bad about it. I'd like to get her a present to make it up to her.
Okay, we'll help you.
I have an idea for you. You could get her something from every northern state and make it into one big present.
Well, what does Minnie like?
Let's see. I'd say her favorite thing is apple pie.
I've got it. You could get the apples from Michigan.
Yes. And the wheat for the crust, you could get that from North Dakota.
And you could cook the pie using wood from South Dakota.
And you could put the pie in a box using paper from Wisconsin.
Thanks, guys. That's just great. But wait a minute. What should I get her from Minnesota?
What about yourself? You're from Minnesota.
Oh, God, no. I don't want to be there. She's really mad at me.
Well, looks like we're out of time for today.
See you guys next time.